fellas. I'm Teacher John. Nice to meet you. Do you want to know a short life story of Dr. Jose Rizal? So I'm about to tell you his life in Belgian, Brazil.
Good morning, Teacher John.
Good morning, sir.
Okay, children, sit down.
What is our lesson for today, sir? I'm so excited.
Okay, so I'm about to tell you the life of Rizal in Belgium. So, on January 28, 1890, Rizal left Paris to go to Brazil.
Sir, may I ask, what country is Brazil?
So Brazil is the capital of Belgium.
Sir, what is the reason why Rizal left Paris?
That's a good question, young fella. So, Rizal left Paris because of these reasons. First, they said the cost of living was very high because of the Universal Exposition. And the second is, the gay social life of the city hampered his literary works, especially the writings of his second novel, El Filibusterismo. So, to sum up what is El Filibusterismo, this novel talks about the politics and governmental issue in our country, targeting the Spanish government. As you know, in these times, Spanish government rule our country, the Philippines. Okay, back to the topic. So, when Rizal left Paris, the man who accompanied him to move to Brazil is Jose Albert. In his time in Brazil, he wrote articles for La Solidaridad and letters for his family and friends in the Philippines. I will give you an example of articles published in La Solidaridad. A la defensa. La verdad para todos. Diferencias e ingratitudes. So those are the examples of articles published in La Solidaridad.
The La Solidaridad have many articles, sir?
Haha, yes, it has. It has many articles, young fella. And also, Rizal experienced many things during his time in Brazil. Had spent part of his time in medical clinic, and also gymnastics, target practice, and fencing. In spite of his European education and his knowledge of foreign language, he was the first to advocate the Filipination and lay down its new orthography. Also, in his time in Belgium, Rizal received news from Juan Luna and Valentin Ventura that Filipinos in Spain were destroying the good name of their nation by gambling too much. Many days spent in Brazil, Rizal received a letter from home and made him worried, which saying that Calamba agrarian trouble was getting worse. And Dominicans ordered filed a suit in court to dispose the Rizal family of their lands in Calamba. Rizal received many bad news from home. Part of this is when Paciano, Antonio Lopez, and Silvestre were deported to Mindoro. And Manuel T. Hidalgo was banished to Bohol for the second time. Because of what happened, Rizal planned to go home. He could not stay in Brazil writing novels while his parents and relatives were persecuted. So on July 18, 1890, he wrote a letter to Ponce in which he expressed his determination to go home. But his friends warned him that if he go home, he might be in danger. So what Rizal did is, he changed his plan that instead of going home, he decided to go to Madrid.
Sir, why Madrid? What did he do in Madrid?
What is his reason, sir?
So Paciano wrote a letter to Rizal indicating that they lost the case against Dominicans. And that changes Rizal's mind. Instead of going home, he go to Madrid and planned to supervise the handling of the case against Dominicans.
Woohoo! So after that, sir, what happened?
So on June 29, 1890, Rizal wrote a letter to Ponce that he was leaving Brazil, but instead of going home, he is going to Madrid. Due to what happened during those days, Rizal wrote a poem which against the mental background anguish in Brazil because of his sadness and was worried by family disasters. The title of the poem is Ame, in English, To My Muse. So while Rizal is preparing to go to Madrid and leave Brazil, there are scenarios that cheer him up and cure his sadness. One of them is when he experienced the summer festival of Belgium, which was celebrated in carnival style, and his romance with Petite Jacobi, the pretty niece of his landladies. Not only with Petite Jacobi, Rizal had many memories also with different ladies at that time.
Ooh, wow! What a hero!
So those scenarios and many more make Rizal motivated and depleted his overthink about what happened in the Philippines during his trip going to Madrid. So all of that is a short life story of Rizal while he is in Belgian, Brazil. I hope you learned something from my discussion, young fellas, about the part of the life story of Dr. Jose Rizal.
What a great story, sir.
Thank you for that wonderful story, sir. I hope you tell us more.
Hey, soon, young fellas, soon. I will tell you more. Oh, young folks, did you learn something from our discussion for today? So, that was the life of Rizal while he is in Brazil. I hope you learned something from it. See you next time, young folks. Thank you for listening. Goodbye.